Okay, hello everybody. It is Monday, January the 20th. Welcome to the Facebook Live. I'm Annette Green with Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I am only live on YouTube today. I mean, Facebook, not YouTube. Haven't quite figured that out yet, and we're working on that. So eventually, I will be able to dual stream like some of the others. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Just making sure we're good. There we are. Hey, Robin. Hey, Anita. Yeah, I love to do the lives. I do. I really enjoy it. Clementine, hello. There's Joe. Welcome, you guys. I'll give you a minute to all jump in. Hello, Doris. I've got some really fun nature-inspired tags. There's Sandra, Louise, Brenda, Mary. Hey, we're going to do some nature-inspired tags today, of course, because I'm the nature girl. Sylvia's here, Tina, Angelique, Karine, cold Michigan, huh, Brenda? Yeah, I bet. Hey, Petra. Yeah, it's South Carolina, and the high today I think is hit. It's 34 degrees here. I know it's a lot colder elsewhere. I do. But for South Carolina, we're not used to it. Andrea is here. Carla. Who said that from California? Lorna, Fairfield, California. I hope you're okay there. Vilma is here. Anya, Patricia, Anne, Suzanne, Jackie Dean, Ina, Janet. Great. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I am going to get right into it because I have a lot to do. You know me, I'm always like trying to overachieve and I have too many things I want to get done in the time. So I'm going to jump right in. Hi from Sweden, Lena. Hello. Mirham, Karen Kirkman is here. Okay, awesome. I'm going to change the camera. Actually, let's talk about the winner, Lori Stewart. Congratulations to Lori Stewart. She won the $50 gift certificate. Hey, Debbie. Catherine's here. Hey, Catherine. Candace. -10 in northern. Ugh, I know Jamie's there in near Chicago, my daughter. And she sent us a picture this morning. It said 0 degrees. It's like, yuck. But Lori is our winner, Lori Stewart. Congratulations, she won. And so that is a reminder to you to like, comment, and share, of course, on today's video. And you will be entered in a chance to win yourself for next Monday. So congrats to Lori. I hope she shows up here and sees that she won. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around, hop off my stool, do a little screen share here. So I hope everybody's doing well. I have to turn my little screen up here. There we go. So what we're going to do today is play around a little bit with some just, not simple tags, but technique-y kind of tags, let's call them, okay? So, of course, I've used like Beautiful Bounty and my new stamps and dies. And I have some things kind of prepped and ready. And I believe it was a live I did, gosh, when my release first came out. And if Belinda shows up here, or I think it was Belinda or maybe Femke, was trying to tell me how to make these rules stand out better, these little score lines in these types of dies. Like I'm going to use the tree stump here from my mushrooms and tree stump set. And, they have the little score lines in there, as you can see, kind of. And, you can ink them to really pull them forward. But I have a technique where it makes them stand out just a little bit better. And I believe that's what Belinda and Femke, or both either, were trying to tell me that one day. And I wasn't really getting it, but now I do. I know exactly what they meant. So I'm going to show you that. And I'm just going to do like basic tags. So this is 3 by 5 inches. I do like a craft base because You know, just the paper by itself is okay. It's pretty sturdy, but I like to double it up just to make it kind of hefty, have some beef to it. So I did cut another piece 3x5, and I did a repeating stamp from, let's see, this one is the nature one. So I don't know from what set that comes, but that's from mine. Hi from very cold Niagara Falls. Oh, hey, Shelly. Rose is here from Maine, Miranda. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and share. So those two are going to go together, but I want to show you this little technique real quick before we even start to assemble. So I have a little piece of the paper that I want my little tree stump to be cut out of. I'm going to grab my little mat here just to protect the table a little bit. And Christine is here. Hey, Dee. Central Pennsylvania, very cold. Okay, so I've got my piece here. I've got my die cutter off to the side. I've got this little roller. It's a little shorty one from Speedball. And then I have some ink. And I'm going to use VersaFine Clair Portobello. And you could tap this on your die before you die cut it. But I tested that, and it did tend to get the ink like all in there. So I am going to try this here method with the roller. Ink it up really well. Good morning, Anne. Nice to see you. Lorraine. And I'm going to just lightly roll it across those raised edges. It's difficult not to get a little some ink in the base of that die, but just enough. Yeah, see, I just pushed a little too hard, but you know, that's all right. So just enough, and we'll stick it on there, and we'll die cut this out. I got my little Anna Griffin, little mini Empress over here. Hello, Wilma. Very good to see you here. Nans is here. Hi, Nans. Nice to see you. I'm trying to take this comment, this Elizabeth Craft Design one, and not have it keep popping to the top. We will worry about that later. Okay. So let's see how this did. Oh, see, that's pretty. So I must have done my other one with a little bit lighter color, like sand instead of Portobello, but you can see that really, that really does it. So you might want to go with a little bit lighter ink, and this is the one that I'll use, but I just wanted to share that with you, and that's what was done on this one. Nice dark ink with that tree stump. So just something to remember, and thank you to, I think, Belinda. I think it was a Tim Holtz thingy, and she was trying to tell me and explain during the live how to do it. Okay, so let's get to building our first tag. Sandra's here. Hey, Sandra. Welcome, welcome. How is the weather over there in the old Netherlands? Is it cold there? Do you guys get snow? I think you do. Okay, so I'm going to just get this on here. First thing, start layering up this tag. Thank you, Anya. I'm glad you like that technique. It's pretty easy, pretty cool to try. Be good on some of those leaf dies that have a lot of veins and marks in it. All right, so you can see that I have used my little edge distressor thingy to scrape up the edges of this paper. That gives it a nice kind of earthy, distressy look. So we have that, and then I want to get some of my little trees down. Now, these are from, this one is from Forest Friends and Frame. So I've just cut it out of my beautiful bounty paper. That one thing they don't get is sun. Oh, they don't get much sun, especially in the winter, eh? Well, that's too bad. At least that's the case here in, that's not the case here in South Carolina. We actually have very cold days, but it's always kind of sunny. It's pretty rare for it to be kind of dreary and dark. It's pretty nice. All right, I'm going to put my tree back here. And I have this little guy too. I believe that's from the same set. And same paper. I've kind of inked the edges with a little brown. I'm going to fill this in next to my tree. It's not a tree, but it's just some greenery. There's Vicky. Hi, Vicky. I think I will put this kind of like there. And get my little block for a second. If you, I know that Els used this and David used this block, and I've been using it for a while now. If you use it, it does tend to get a little gluey, but I've tried to clean it with a baby wipe and all kinds of things. And the best thing is some hand sanitizer. I just squeeze a little on there, rub it, and dry it with a paper towel, and it gets all the gunk off pretty fast and easy. Okay, so then I have my little cut apart chipmunk. No, this is the squirrel. The chipmunk is on the bigger paper. And I have a little border strip here. So I'm going to put this down here first because I want to put the border strip over the bottom. And I don't think anything else was planned to go behind this, so I can get this glued right on here now. Usually do have sun, rain, snow, and so forth during this month. Problem now is for some reason we have a lot of mist. We're getting rain. Oh, yeah, mist makes everything kind of wet and dreary. Miriam has liked, commented, and shared. Good job. You guys don't forget to do that. Love my blocks, says Shelly. So she's got one. Yeah, I ended up getting a second one just recently because I found that I needed just one more. Okay, so we're going to put this little, this is just a border strip from the same paper. We'll put that down next. And I did rough that up as well with my edge distressor scraper thingy. All right, I got a little fabric that I had laying around and I tore the edge off a little bit. I don't know if I'll use that on this one or not. I think I have plans for it in a future one, but we'll see. Okay, so now I have my little tree stump. I'm going to grab a craft knife and a mat, and I'm going to make a little slit because I'm going to stick some mushrooms in here. Just a little slit there. And if you've never seen mushrooms growing out of straight out of a tree stump, that happens. It really does. That block saved me trying to glue something down yesterday. It was tinsel on a roll. Yeah, I mean, it's super, super handy. Okay, so I have my little tree stump. I want it to go there, and I have a couple of mushrooms prepared already. Of course, that's from the mushrooms and the tree stumps set. I did double them up so they had a little bit of beef to them as well, and then I put a little piece of foam tape on the back. Now I kind of shape them, so when I do these, I just kind of shade with a marker on the one, and then I color in that part of the other, glue those together, and then I would glue another full mushroom behind there. And once that's all dry and set, then I would put it face down on like my cushion and use the ball stylus and kind of round it out, kind of like when we shape flowers. So that is what I have done to these. If you can tell, they have a little bit of a curve to them. I don't know if you can tell that or not. They have a little bit of a curve. Just gives them a little bit more dimension. So what I want to do is pop them in the little slit here. And then we can put glue on the back of all of it at once. But we get a little bit of a plan so we don't cover up our little squirrel too much. We'll kind of bring it way over here. We can tilt this one over here. That looks good. Okay. And then we can get our glue. Love the forest friends and mushrooms and tree stumps dies. Thank you very much, Connie. Yeah, they're pretty fun. They're right up my alley, that's for sure. So we could put a piece of tape on this, but I think we're going to be okay. I'm just going to squeak some glue here and there. Got my thumb right in the way. There we go. Put a little bit there. And I peeled up my little foam tape. So we'll just pop that on down there and push that. And then I have this little guy. And I think this is also from the same Forest Friends and frame, but I'm not 100%. I think so. I just want to sneak that back there before we get too far along here. Whoops. There we go. Just so we have green and green, you know, looking cute, right? Then I stamped Wander. Now, let me grab that set because that has so many nice words and things. Oh, yes, and this is the one that has the definition of nature. I couldn't remember it earlier. So this is C385, Flowers and Nature. So there's the definition. Here's all these great words. And so I stamped Wander, and I'm going to put it up there, I believe. Maybe we can put this behind Wander. Does that make any sense at all? It's just nice texture. I think that's what we're going to do. So I got this because of Els. And I'm just here to tell you, it's a good glue, but it is strong, strong, strong smelling. Like if you remember E6000, this is by the same people, you really should have your fan going or some kind of ventilation because it's super strong glue and can be a little bit overwhelming. And so I'm going to use this same glue to glue to my fibers there, just because it's really kind of a nice glue for fabric and things that are need a little extra. So I think I'll put that there and give that a second. It is nice to have this little pin in the cap. But I do find that the glue oozes out if you don't get that cap on there right away. So it's a good glue. Let's see, what are we talking about, y'all? Denmark. Jane's here from Denmark. Hello, Jane. Uh-oh. Who dropped something on the floor? Your crystal block? Hey, Tiffany. I didn't see you there. Saskia. Audio is too low? Really? Does anyone else think so? Let me know. Goodbye. I can't hear you. Oh my goodness. Y'all let me know why. I don't know. I mean, tell me if you're also having that issue because I'm not even really sure what I'm going to do about it. But the mic is right here in front of my face. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just putting on a little topper here to my tag. And then a little bit later, after a while, I will put a little ribbon through here. Sound is good, says Deborah. I hear you, says Mary. Okay, Jane says it's good too. All right. That's a problem for me. I don't have a sense of smell. Oh, yeah, Tiffany said that too. Tiffany doesn't smell anything. Okay, well, there's tag number 1. Simple, easy, fun, textural, nature inspired. So I'll punch a hole through there and put some ribbon later. Now we have another idea. So let's try this one. Another nature inspired one. Maybe try refreshing your device. That's a good suggestion. Mena says sound is good. When I comment, I realized what? Maybe try, when I comment, I realized turns video to pause and then figured out I had to hit the live button again, showing on screen. Oh, okay. Didn't have a speaker plugged in. It would be low. Oh, okay. All right, well, we're just going to forge ahead here. All right, so I wanted to try a little bit of fun stuff with some acetate on this next one. And this little tip from Els last time, she put a little piece of tape, removable tape on her acetate, which I thought was an excellent idea because you set it down and it just disappears. You can't find it. So I have some goodies prepared here. I've got a little bee with fiber on it already. Just did that ahead of time. And I did some experimenting with embossing powders, and I know the light is giving all kinds of reflection here. So if you can see, this is very, very faint, kind of sage, I think bundled sage, distress embossing powder. This is more of an opaque by Wow. This is clear, which you can hardly see. And then this is clear matte, which is interesting. But I got this whole idea when I was doing my December Day by Day album. And I did a page that had, yeah, some overlay with acetate. And then I did it in my planner just last week. So it's kind of a fun little thing to try if you've never tried it. So what I want to do first, again, I have my little double tag situation going here. I didn't rough the edges on this one, I just inked it. So I'm going to go ahead and get those together first. Brenda says, that is delicate. Thank you. This flower stamp we're going to use is also from that Flowers in Nature set that I used before. We're going to do a little stamping and then we're going to mask off just as a different idea, and then we'll do the whole embossed acetate thing. Sharon, thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing. Welcome, welcome. Love the flowers and the muted colors. Thank you. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and stamp this now. I got the Misty over here. We might as well do it. Okay, that's one of those flowers, and I just was having an idea, and I hope it works. We'll see. So there's my little flower. I don't know if I need the magnet, but I'll just go ahead and do it to be safe. Okay, and I'm going to use good old VersaFine Claire Portobello again for this layer. And we'll just stamp it. Simple enough. Okay, this is why we like using a platform, because I saw that one spot I missed. Okay, that looks good. We can put that aside now. On the floor. Hello, Yvonne. Just a little bit late. Well, we're glad you're here. The glue gun thingy, you like that? Yeah, I do too. It's pretty great. I've been using it a lot. Okay, so this has had a moment. And so what I did here is I stamped the same flower, and I did it just on like really thin copier paper to make a mask. And before I cut out the outside of the mask, I did all the little detail-y cuts with a craft knife on the inside, which I always recommend, because before it's all delicate on the outside, you should do your inside cuts first. And I'm just putting some removable adhesive. Not a ton of it, just enough to tack it down. And we'll make a little mask here. Okay. And I was going to use Portobello again, but I think it's going to be too dark, because what I want to do now is take my Playful Textures, a teeny tiny little dot, which is my absolute favorite. Thank you, Anya. You like that flower stamp? Thank you very much. Hey, Anita. Yeah, that's a beautiful stamp. You've done some beautiful things with it. I know that. All right, so now I'm switching to Sand Dune, because I want to do a little polka dot background here. But I don't want it to be like screaming obvious. So I'm just gonna, hopefully this will work. See, stamp through, looks good. And I should put something underneath here because it's gonna get all over the table. Okay. And I'm not gonna worry about trying to line up the dots or anything like that. Just kind of filling in. The stamp is designed that you can step and repeat, like the way that I lined up the dots. So you can definitely do that. I just don't want to take the time during a live to try to do that and get my head down over the camera and the whole thing. So we're just going to do our best here. Okay, and then there's that little bitty space in there. I'm going to try to get, let's see. I took it off the block. I'm just going to press. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's stop there. Clean my hands. Happened to me when I comment, I realized, oh, so that's happened to other people. Oh, that's funny. With the hit and it pauses the live. Never had that happen to me. Huh. Okay. What else? What else do we want to do here? So let's peel up our little, oh, see that little spot right there? I missed a spot. Do we want to fill that in? I think we should try. We have time. Don't we? Yeah. I didn't see that earlier. Let's see. Okay. See, if I thought about it too long, I'd have gotten scared and I wouldn't have done it. Thanks, Renee. Thanks, Tiff. Yeah, the playful textures, I think I used that a ton. Just a ton. I'm going to save this. I think I can use this a couple times. Okay, so that's how it looks. So it's kind of a nice way to mask off the flowers and give a little texture in the background. Just something different, you know. Okay, so now I want to get some, I have some lace here. I think I want to put across the bottom. We're going to get to the acetate, I promise. Let's see, I'm going to go back to that stinky glue for the lace. Thanks, Mary. It's fine as it is. Oh, too late. I fixed it already. Thank you, Els. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of this right to the tag, I think. It's clear, so it's hard to see, and I don't want to glob it on too thick because I don't want it to seep through my lace. Okay. I did ink this lace a little bit with just some brown ink. Vintage photo or something. I don't know. Okay. And then I have my little border strip here. That's from one of my, oh, that's from Harmonious Hodgepodge. When I saw the back, I just realized where that came from. So we'll put that on. Love that ruler. Okay, we'll put that right above our lace. So this is all about texture. You got the lace, but you got the acetate, and then you got the textured background. You got a little fiber here. That's what it's all about. Okay, so now we can get to the acetate. So let me push this stuff off to the side. I've got my little acetate piece here. I think I'll use my little gray cushion thing. Hi, hey, Teresa's here from Portugal. Hey, thank you, Linda. She said it was beautiful. All right. Okay, so I've got my dauber instead of an ink pad this time, and I think that's going to work really nicely. And these are from Love and Roses stamp set. These are those flourishes that kind of match my flourish dies, but just smaller. So that's what I'm going to emboss with. And I got my, what is this? I changed to peeled paint because I thought the bundled sage was too light. And this is just Distress, what do they even call it? Embossing glaze. All right, so we're going to use each one of these stamps. And we'll just do like one corner and another corner. Okay. Up in this upper right. Give it a gentle press. You don't want to, you want to be a little bit careful because it doesn't want to slide on the acetate. So just take your time, go straight down, come straight up. And we'll do this other smaller one down here in the lower left corner. I did kind of wiggle a little, but I think it's okay. Okay. Then we got our little coffee filter. I think there's two there actually. Linda's freezing in Kentucky. Just placed my first order several weeks ago. Shipped right away. Cannot wait to get it. Fun, fun. Okay, so here's the green. And it looks so dark going on, but because it's that embossing glaze, it has like a translucency to it. You do need to have a little brush at the ready to get all this extra off of here. But we're all used to doing that, right? So you can give it a flick. Most of that will come off. And then you can do this part. And a little bit of flex on there, that's okay too. All right, so now we got to heat it up. Let me put this away so we don't blow it all over the room. Use a different craft mat for each process, Annette. Elaine, are you teasing me? Or is that a serious question? I do like this one a lot for a lot of reasons. This is just the media mat. I think it goes with the big old Tim Holtz thingy, but I just bought this, and I like to use this because if you're layering pieces, which later I'm going to layer some birds, they don't slide around on the table. That, you know, if you do it on here, so it's great. Put that aside, and let's heat. It's good for heat too, but I'm going to go back to this one since that one's all wet now. Okay, so here's the deal with heating acetate. And this is a pretty thick, tough acetate. Like, I couldn't die cut this. If you were at Banff, we used this one for the card that we did that was kind of see-through. But the trick is, no matter how thin or thick, you have to keep that heat moving and don't, you have to give it a moment to cool in between even. So hopefully this is not too loud. Okay, it takes a long time. But you saw it curling on me, didn't you? I tried to be patient, but you just have to, uh-oh, Elle says no sound. Oh, that happens with the heat gun. Am I back? You guys let me know. Hopefully I'm back. The sound is only gone because Annette is using the heat gun. I think that's the case. And there is quite a bit of a delay, so let me know if the sound came back. Back, you're back. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of nice. You didn't have to hear all that loud blowing. Good. Okay. So I did, while the acetate did curl a little, it's a little bit wavy, and it's probably because I rushed during the live, but quite honestly, if you do it at home, just put the heat on, take it away, let it cool a bit, put the heat on. It only warps when you hold it in place too long, in one place. So we're going to go with it. I think it'll be nice. Yeah, we see the curling. Yep, yep, yep. But it's still going to be pretty. All right, so we've had a chance for this to dry. We're going to trim this now. And I do think that what is that stuff? B7000? Yeah, it works really well on fabric. Okay, so before we put that down, I think I want to put a little postage stamp here, which is from the paper Beautiful Bounty, and I did a little postage stamp cut out with my postage stamp die. So we will put that over here, sticking out. And we're going to put this right over the top. And we're not going to attach it at all. What we're going to do is just kind of line things up and give this corner a trim, both corners a trim. I was going to use my little corner nipper there, but I know it won't work through that thick acetate. Okay, and if we hold this in place, in fact, I think what I'll do is I'll put this whole reinforcement right on the tag, and then we'll punch through the acetate. So right about there. Sometimes make tags big enough to be the actual card, kind of like the one Annette is making. Yeah, I mean, you could pop this right onto a card if you don't, you know, put tags on gift bags and things like I do. Okay, so that looks kind of pretty, right? You can see a little bit of that shining through, just as a subtle bit of texture and dimension. And then I'm going to use my crocodile, the big hole. Just kind of hold this together. Okay. Then we've got our bee, which we'll put the bee on last. I've got this really pretty, I had like a piece of ribbon under here, but then this textury ribbon I glued to both sides of the ribbon, just to be different. Thank you, Astrid. Not pop up on a card, but as a card. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Like, do you fold it, Sandra, before you make the tag shape? Do you keep a fold on the side like a card? I'm curious. So this is coming up like so. And all this raggedy edge, I'm leaving that. I like that texture. It's very nature inspired. And then I just kind of fold it in half. I'm going to take a piece of sort of natural looking string here and just tie a bow to clamp those two ribbons together, but still kind of keep them spread out a little bit, just for something different. And then I'll pop my bee on there. Tie this in a knot first, I think will help. Yeah, the thank you. The acetate, even though it's a little bit wavy, it's still really pretty. Okay. You can put a dot of that B7000 glue on that knot so that doesn't come out if you like. I'm going to leave it for now. And put my little bee on here. And I'm going to use this again because it's acetate. And acetate's a little bit hard to glue to, but this stuff works on pretty much everything, especially unusual surfaces. So I'm going to put my bee right there. Give that a second. Thank you very much, Linda. I'm glad you like it. Thank you, Petra. Or connect them together to form a book. Oh, I see. Yeah, good idea. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, good. I want to do 2 more, so hopefully we'll have time. So that one's kind of fun, a little bit different, little texture, little gloss, just kind of interesting and different, right? All right, so now we've got a bird one. Got a bunch of goodies ready here. This is from my Birds and Dwellings. And what prompted the idea, I don't think Paula's here today. Paula DeLeon was asking, can you show us more about how these little birds come together? I sometimes get confused with the pieces. Thanks, Tiff. Thank you. So I thought that I would give some tips on assembling these little birds. Now, I will say that I wanted to make this sort of like a Valentine-y, as you see some hearts over here. So I wanted to make my birds like pink. And I thought, are there pink birds? So I Googled it. And I had this sheet. I'm going to keep this because so many pink birds. I mean, some of them are called purple finch, but all these are pink birds with gray or brown. So I was using this as reference. And colored 2 little birds here. So I'm going to use those, but I thought that I would just kind of discuss like the best way to work with those dies is, of course, to grab the actual packaging. I mean, we say it all the time, right? And I have to do it too. So I grabbed the packaging, I put it right in front of me, and I see the pieces. That's the only way you can really do it, because it's been figured out for you what goes with what, which bird. Now, the other thing that I do, this is my set that I work from, and I think I mentioned this in a video at some other point, but the 2 birds that look like, I mean, they're exactly the same bird, but you can make one look like a blue jay or a cardinal. It's the same bird, but flipped. What I do so that I keep the partnering pieces straight as to the bird and the direction of the bird is I just take my Sharpie, and you only have to do this to one. Do you see the black dots on these 2 dies? It's right next to the hole on that one, and it's up there above his head on that one. Just put a dot, and that means those 2 go together, and so the other 2 go together. You don't have to mark all of them. And then the other 2 birds are completely different from each other, so you can't get their pieces mixed up if you're looking at the packaging. So just watch the packaging is what I say. Okay, so instead of taking a whole lot of time to color the birds and put them all together, I did do them already because I want to make a 4th tag and I want to have time. Thank you, Anya. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, the tiny birds is fun. I mean, I have the larger birds, but it's just kind of fun to do something a little different and smaller. All right, so I have taken advantage of this beautiful die from David. It's called Laced, and it's part of his newest release. I think 2210 seems to ring a bell as to the number. But man, isn't that a beautiful die? And so I did cut off a little bit on the left and the right to a 3-inch width for my tag this time. But I definitely want to use that one. So I also have some happy banner, a little happy banner ready. Just pink cardstock. I used some little dots from that same die. No, actually this was from a different die, the little teeny tiny dots. But the hearts are in with the happy banner. So I just did red and white and pink. And then this is from the Birds and Dwellings, the little heart shapes. And then these teeny guys, I think these might be from a punch that I have over there. So I have those kind of ready. A couple different colors. And then I have teeny tiny little greenery here that I have taken some, these Nuvo drops to them. So some of them are kind of a light pink and a dark red. So I have those, and those are dry and ready to go. Those were from the Birds and Dwellings set. And then this is from one of Esther's pretty recent sets before the Christmas release. There's a lot of hearts and different things in it. I don't have the name off the top of my head, but that's what it's from. That one will be available online on Wednesday. Oh, okay, yes, in stores right now. Yes, because I checked that this morning, actually. Okay, so let's put this one together, and I'll show you what I had in mind. This time, because I'm sanding, I'm going to get Celine. I'm going to get something else to work on. Just a scrap sheet of paper, because I don't want to sand on my other mats. They'll get kind of scuffed up. And I'm going to sand the edges of this. This is craft core cardstock. So I want to expose a little bit of that craft. Scrape that up a bit. And this is like a red color. Just to kind of grunge it up. I already have the whole reinforcement on there. Ready to go. Okay. And got my little Swiffer. Clean up the mess. Okay. So I'm going to get this onto here. I think I can do that right now. Why not? Yep. Celine, I see you. You're cracking me up over there. Okay. This will go on my back one. Okay. With the Sharpie marker. Yes. Thank you guys for answering for me. I missed that question, but yes, that's what I used is a Sharpie marker. Okay, crocodile on the hole again. Now that we've got it layered up together. Okay. And I'm going to ink this a little bit because it's just cut from pure white right now. So let's grab, what, a little vintage photo, I think. Yeah, permanent Sharpie marker. That's exactly right. Yep, just a little dot. So I don't want to fill this all in, but I'm going to hit around the outside edges. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to trim some of the bottom off. So I think I'll do that first, just kind of square that off. Well, we'll do that in a minute. But just enough on the outside edges. Okay. First thing I want to do, though, to make sure I don't forget my little border, is to get my happy banner on very first. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Is Lori Stewart here? Did she show up? Because she won the $50 gift certificate from last time. All right, I'm going to put this way up here. Way up here. And I already trimmed it. The border is much longer than that, but I trimmed it up to the width of the 3 inches already. Nail polish. Any problem to do the trick? They're also not expensive. Nail polish will work. Oh yeah, like a colored nail polish. That's a good idea because it's painting on metal. That'll work. Okay, now I want to put this on now that I have that there. And I'm going to have it come off the bottom a little. So we'll just do this quickly. This would be a good one to use the double-sided adhesive on the back, but I'm going to put a lot of things on here, so I'm not too worried about it. Oops, we don't need to put much on the bottom because we're going to trim that off. But yeah, if you know that you're gluing through, on top of this, you don't have to fill in all the spaces. The top and the bottom is kind of important, the sides maybe, so it doesn't peel up. But you don't have to work too hard. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, the happy borders, they're just happy banners. They're really quite fun. I agree. Okay, so I went off the bottom a little. I'm going to trim that up. Looks good. Okay. All right, and then I have all these little greenery things. I've got all these teeny tiny little flowers already made and assembled and shaped and stuff. They're from the birds and dwellings as well. So I've got little pink ones. And then there's one flower that's that shape. Can you see that? There we go. And it's kind of like sometimes I use it as a poinsettia, but I did it in green this time to have like little backings for my little flowers. So I have a bunch of those in different shades of pinks and reddish color, kind of orangey red, abandoned coral. So I'm going to use a handful of these, probably not all. And then I have, gosh, there's some really teeny tiny ones in here you can use as filler. But I did do a couple of these leaves as well. And I think double-sided tape, yeah, that would be helpful for the lace, that's for sure. I think I'm just going to use 2 leaves. I'm looking over here at my little picture. Okay, so let's take our little light pink guys. Have the Nuvo drops on them. And we're going to put these toward the top before we get too far. So let's see, like that. And we'll put the other one on the other side. I love tags too, Linda. It's kind of like, like Elle's doing the ATCs. It's something that even if you're not you feel like you're stuck in a creative rut or something, you can always just sit and make a tag. Tags are easy, they're fun, they're small. You don't have to worry about filling like a huge planner page or a big layout. Happy banners on my wish list, said Anne. Awesome. Okay, then we have our little red ones we're going to put down lower. And I think I want to put a few little flowers up here too. So I'll grab those guys. Just kind of put one on each side of that whole reinforcement. And I'll use the same color for these two. Whoop. Okay, cute. Alrighty, and then we have to have our little love birds in the middle here, so I don't think we need this mat anymore. Let's get that out of the way for Celine. I wasn't going to get them, but I'm so happy I did. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the happy banners are just one of those things. It's kind of like the playful textures. It's going to be, it's never going to get outdated, It's just a nice one to have. All right, I feel like I want to pop this up. And I think I will. So, how do you guys stop from getting visible glue residue, especially the smaller flowers and leaves and stuff? I'm just always using art glitter glue, which dries clear. So even if a little bit shows, it dries clear. And if it doesn't dry, if it doesn't, like if it bothers you, you can always get one of these little glue picker-upper thingies. They're in the craft store, and you can even get it after it's dry. Like if you see a little bit there, you can kind of pick it up. All right, so I've got foam tape on my heart here, and I think I'll put it kind of right in the middle. Okay, and then my birds. Like, I think they're going to be kind of kissing a little bit. So for these, I did pull the inks. It's like Tattered Rose, Saltwater Taffy, and the gray is, it's actually Black Soot, and I've just gone really, really lightly, and it's all oxides. So very creamy, very light. A little bit darker pink was the worn lipstick over there. All right, so there's one bird. Didn't need to put glue on his tail, so I'll remember that with this one. I cut my glue eraser in quarters so it will last longer. Oh, that's a good idea. Who said that? Lorna. That's a good idea. Okay, and then we'll put this one right here. Ooh, kissy, kissy. They're touching. I could have scooted this one over, but it's too late. Okay, cute. All right, let's take one of these and we'll put that right below them in that open space. Cute. We got these we'll put up at the top, and these guys. Yes, thank you, Sylvia, for answering that question. Thank you, Barbara. I'm glad you think it's pretty. Appreciate ya. All right, so I'm going to shoot this one out this way and this one the other way. And I've got time. I got time for that last one. I want to do a little something with a vellum pocket. So if you can hang out for it, there's one more coming. This one's almost done. All right, so all we have to do now is just kind of get some more hearts and flowers on here. So I think I will put this one first. Melody, you're late, but you're here. Thank you. Welcome. You made it. All right, let's see. We'll put this one kind of over here. And we have a darker one. Kind of put there. Then we got a pink one. Kind of put this up here. I see a little glue spot up there, so that's a good place to put it. Okay, and then we can fill in with the little guys a little bit. Some of these were soft finish white, and I just colored them with an alcohol marker to get them the color I wanted. Okay, little pink one. Teresa's not going anywhere. Take my time, she says. Okay, well, good. No pressure. Okay, there's that one. And to answer earlier, I forget who asked about the glue. If you see it happen, get it right away. That's better. Like I just oozed a bunch of glue out right there. Okay, then we got this teeny tiny little guy that I think I will put here. Okay, and then we can fill in with these little flowers here and there and everywhere. So we'll do a little pink one. Up here. And I do want to put these leaves, I think, down here by this guy. Yeah. Now this, honestly, this would be where I'd use a little bit thicker glue for it to grab. But this is going to work. It's just, I'm not going to mess with it too much. Love the embossed acetate. Thank you. And the birds are her favorite, Patricia's favorite. Thank you, Patricia. Adorable tag, said Vicky. Thank you. Okay. Oops. Okay. A couple more flowers. Let's see. Do we want that one? I don't know. Let's do this one. Kind of there. And a little one. there. And maybe one more. Let's see, a pink one. No, let's do a red one. Kind of over there. Now, I have lots of flowers. I can fill in with a whole bunch more if I wanted to. But I think that's where I would stop for now, just so we can go on to another one. And then I'll show you all of them at the end, of course. So I'll set that to dry. Okay, so my last idea I had about a half an hour before the live, which kind of was fun. Kind of putting a little pressure on myself. Thank you, Karen. Not a bird person, but this is lovely, said Carol. Thank you. Who said I asked the glue question? Oh, Sandra. Okay. Okay, so this one, my idea was simply to make a little vellum see-through kind of pocket. Okay, so I have, again, 2 tags, base tag, and then this is from Beautiful Bounty. This is from my small doilies and ovals, I think it's called. And I folded it over this one, just for a topper to a tag to be different. I inked the edges. It's one of the small doilies. So we can get these together first. And I didn't take a picture of this one, so let's see if I can remember what I wanted to do. I think I can. I think I can. Whoa. Playing cards you have used are beautiful. Thank you, Brenda. Thanks, Susanna. Yeah, a little different for a tag topper to use a little doily. They're small enough that it works. Okay, get these together. And weight that down a little just because it's thick in that one spot. Okay, so let me scooch that so I can show you what I have in mind here. Okay, so what I wanted to do is make a little, like a pocket, right? But instead of just having a pocket on there, I wanted to make it like a see-through window kind of pocket. And then I was trying to be clever, like, okay, well, what if this was in the pocket and we lined it up just so perfectly that we'll see that acorn showing through our opening. Okay, so you see here what I've done. This is, make sure I get it right, 3.5 by 3.5 square. That's inches. And then I scored at 3/8 of an inch on the sides and the bottom. And I added a little bit of adhesive tape because I'm going to flip them around and glue them down eventually. And I'm going to cut away this little corner down here. Don't need that. Cut on a little bit of an angle. And let's get that one a little bit better. Okay. All right, but before I go too much further, I want to take, so this is my little stamped and die cut. Of course, they have the coordinating die and stamp oval doily. And I want that to go on here. And then here is the die again for the center that cut out the middle. I want to put that right on there and cut a hole in my little pocket. But I want to make sure that this lands right where it needs to be. And I hope this will work. We'll see. I am going to try to hold that in place while I scooch that out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to tape that down so it doesn't move. I'll be very excited if it works. In my head, it worked out beautifully. All right, so give that a little tape, a little removable tape, and we'll run that through the die cutter. This was stamped in Shady Lane, I think, VersaFine Claire. A nice green color. Vellum sure adds a beautiful element. Yeah, it definitely does. And it just, you know, it's all about textures, different textures for me in all of these tents. Okay, so we've got our little, careful, little oval cutaway. That's fun. So far, so good. It looks a little high, but I think it needed to be for our little tag to work. So next we will glue this, and it just makes it and touches the top of the tag, so that's okay. That's good. Okay, glue that there. Thank you, nuns. Thanks, Karen. Thank you very much. Okay, well, as I was looking at the comments, I just slid right out of place. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, and then I'm gonna test this just real quick. Oh, I think it's gonna work nice. Okay, so I have a piece of vellum here already cut. It just fits inside of this measure here. But if you want to know, it is 2 and, you know, maybe about 2 and 5/8, 2 and 11/16 by 3. And I got that really skinny double-sided tape on there. Just all the way around all 4 edges. Barbara says, all of a sudden, I hear you. Okay. Okay. Did you not before? Was it you that had the low volume? Now you could put more tape like close to the oval instead of just around these 4 sides. I don't think it's necessary, but I'm going to stick that in there. And now we have a little frosty pocket. So we'll go back to the tag now. And before I put the pocket on, I do have this little border strip, also from Beautiful Bounty, that I'll pop on there first. Okay, just at the bottom here. Some of these tags are going to look really good in my new little junk journal I made. It's a real grungy. I think these are going to go well. All right, let's do it. Let's see. Take our little pocket. The pocket is so cute, said Brenda. Thank you. Hey, Debbie English. The oval is so underused. Yeah, I guess maybe you don't see a lot of people using it, but I use it all the time. Okay, so I'm going to get that. Oh, it's sticky. I'm going to bring that bottom one up first. Okay, good and sticky. And this will go right above our border. I mean, you could do a lot more too. Some flowers, some adornment all around the edge here in the corners. But let's see. Da, da, da. Moment of truth. Oh, see, it's hitting that one spot. Oh, there we go. There we go. Aw, look it. It worked. I act so surprised. But that is what I had in mind. You could put a little pull tab on the top of that, or a little piece of ribbon on the top of that playing card if you wanted. So I got just a craft hole reinforcement there. First 5K on my rowing machine. Jackie Gerard. Good for you. That's awesome. All right, let's finish this off. I have some little charms over here I want to add. So we'll punch our hole. I got 2 different, 2 strands of green twine, like a real natural twine that kind of matches the paper almost perfectly. So I'm going to put that. And before I go, oh, let's see if we can do this. I don't know, because this is so fibrous, this twine. It might want to shred as it's going through the holes here of these charms. We'll see. We'll try it. Well, that one was easy. It's a little tiny pine cone charm that I've had like forever. In fact, I think at last year's retreat, everyone got one for their little traveler's notebook class that I did. Okay. Oh, did I do it? I think I got it. Make it happen. Okay, sweet. All right, and then we can take all of these and stick them through the loops. And, oops, come on. There we go. This got a little flipped over, but that's cute. You could put beads on here and then tie it into a bow. I have another little pine cone, but I only need the one. So this one's a little more simple, but it's just another idea of something that you can try. You really like this one. Your favorite of the 4, said Carol. Well, thank you very much. I think I'll tie this into a bow and I'll say my goodbyes. And then I will take a picture of all of them and post them. But let's bring them all out one more time. So we have this one. We have our birds. We have our acetate. And, oh, where's the first one? What's the first one? Oh, I put it over there. Okay. All right, so what do we think? We like these? Do you have a favorite? Do you want to weigh in right now? Thank you, Carol. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'm going to show my face real quick, and you're going to see my light and my camera and everything. But thank you very much. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Kathy. Her favorite is the birds. I'm glad you guys like them. Great ideas. Fun tags. Thank you, Joe. Thanks, Sylvia. Second one says Anne. That's the acetate. Barbara, what's the difference? Howard B7000 E. Well, it was E6000, I think, not 2000. But you know what? I don't think they're much different. This is a little thinner consistency and it has a small tip. But I think they both do the same job, really. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to say goodbye now and have a lovely day. And I don't know who's here on Wednesday. We will see. Hope to see you then. I'll be here. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.